I would now like to welcome our keynote speaker, Dr. M. Vivekananthan. Sir is a solar expert and thermal storage specialist. Dr. Vivekananthan is having more than 20 years of experience in the renewable energy industry and in the area of research, planning, designing, development, implementation, and operation of power generation and industrial waste heat recovery projects in various parts of world. A PhD in thermal energy storage, Sir is an experts committee member for the Wheels Energy Council, Wheels Global Foundation. Sir has been awarded with Solar Young Achiever Award from Solar Energy Society of India. He has also received a number of international Best Researcher Awards and patents received for world-class research and new inventions. We are honored to have you with us, sir. May I now request our esteemed guest, Dr. M. Vivekananthan, to deliver the keynote address. Over to you, sir.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are audible.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for your mind-blowing introduction. In this talk, I would like to concentrate on startups in renewable energy sector. My talk is particularly relevant to. Can you share this screen? What about my slides?
Yes, sir.
Share my screen.
Sir, our technical team is sharing your slides.
Okay, thank you. My talk is particularly relevant to those of you who are having the clean energy as a passion. During the next 20 minutes, we will discuss on status of renewable energy in India, familiar clean tech startups. It may be a clean tech or a green tech startups in India. India's energy needs are demand with the increase in energy and other electric uses, which is highest among the world. If India continues to depend on fossil fuels, then they end up with the blocking in development in energy system, meeting uncertainties and face difficulties in supply of fossil fuels. To meet the fast growing economy, India needs to supply the energy 3 to 4 times more, okay, what they are supplying now. The government of India has become aware of the situation and has started the felicitating policies in action towards sustainable energy, like green energy, like that. As of 2019, India's grid renewable energy capacity is 85.9 gigawatt. Government is working to establish 500 gigawatt of renewable energy source by 2030. In this slide itself, we can see. And the modern renewable energy is working to take over all forms of energy consumed sectors like transport, heating, then cooling, and power generation. The Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, MNRE, is facilitating for implementation of programs for harnessing renewable energy for rural areas, for lighting, then cooking, then this kind of usage and all. No? So use of renewable energy in factories, in urban areas as a replacement of fuels, because the fuels causing pollution. So this has encouraged people to sow and invest in a renewable energy startups. India has both public and private and also joint ventures working on private renewable energy for transport, heating, cooling, and power generation. Normally, the government of India has created policies for renewable energy startups and small and micro enterprises working on renewable energy sectors, which can help normally to become a more stable and profitable manner. Okay. In this part, so normally the first I give an introduction to the renewable energy sector. In this part of my presentation, I would like to talk about renewable energy current condition and trends. Okay, in India, particularly in India. India is one of the largest energy consuming countries after United States of America, then China and Russia. Currently, India has one of the largest programs. Ministry of Non-Conventional Energy Sources has been supporting research and development for technology and manpower development in renewable energy sector. Normally, the various efforts has been made for sustained development in this sector for consumer to draw sufficient amount of renewable energy. That is our target. India has abundance of renewable energy like solar, hydropower, then wind, then biomass. However, the renewable energies are concentrated in few parts of India. No? And the solar and wind energy is concentrated mainly in southern and the western part of India. That is like Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Gujarat, Rajasthan, and Maharashtra. This renewable energy helps to managing the power. Okay, managing the power generated by coal and crude oil in order to alternative for the coal and crude oil. In India, already we discussed, solar power is abundance. Okay, normally the solar power where hits the atmosphere is 1017 watts. Okay, and the world demand for power energy is only 1013 watts. In other words, I will explain. No? By using only 5% of this energy will be equal to 50 times of power what world needs. Okay. The National Solar Mission 2020 targeting 20,000 megawatt grid solar power, 2,000 megawatt of off-grid capacity, including 20 million solar lighting systems and 20 million square meters solar thermal collector area. This is a concentrated solar power by 2025 is under implementation. In addition to that, wind power makes up to 68% of renewable energy capacity installed in India. And biomass energy is one of the green energy, which has a huge potential in agriculture economy like India. The energy is derived from numerous sources as well as byproduct like factory waste and animal dung. Normally, these renewable sources of energy not only help in climate protection, but also economic favorables. Okay, it's what's the scope of renewable energy in India? We'll discuss. India has a positive scope in renewable energy sources with the rising demand for energy consumption. As mentioned earlier, India is a sun-favored country. Okay, the scope for abundant solar energy, India receives up to 5,000 terawatt hour of solar segregation. If only 10% of this energy is used in this particular industries and other applications. If India meets its expected installed energy capacity, then we'll producing 71% of total energy produced. Okay. This can only be achieved by installing solar plants and normally the areas which receive highest solar radiation. This can be simplified by the table itself. We can see that. Okay, in state wise, I mentioned that in previous slide. So previous slide. Okay, the state-wise I mentioned it. Okay, state-wise and union territories and all. In this sector, private players seems to play a vital role. Okay, for expansion of this sector, as 35% of country's power is generated by private sector. Okay. In near future, government is expected to announce privatization of most of the discoms, okay, to improve their performance. India's electricity production has expanded and increased rapidly through investment in thermal and renewable energy sector. Thermal means it is a coal, okay, coal-based power plants. The country has shifted its focus to high share of renewable energy, and then which requires establishment, infrastructure establishment, and the flexibility priority. Okay. The government of India has started using its interconnection across the country, the STTS, I think so. So they are also promoting affordable battery storages. So now new plants are erected, solar PV power plants are erected with the battery storage. Okay. To initiate flexibility in terms of financing and market and protection, Government of India working on placing the electricity market reform to create an appropriate pricing mechanism and a continuous regulatory framework. India has been successful in achieving United Nations Sustainable Development Goals by providing energy access. Okay. There is a still commendable rise in carbon dioxide emission, however. Okay. India per capita emission of carbon dioxide in 2020 is 1.6 tons, which is 6.4% of total global share of emission. Okay. The country is an active supporter for favorable climate conditions. The country nationally determined contribution under the Paris Agreement, set as a target for reducing carbon emission and more use of non-fossil fuels, for power generation. So, based on current estimations, India power demand will be doubled by 2040, with the electricity demand in appliances, ownership, and cooling needs. So the country needs massive amount of power generation capacity to fulfill the supply of air conditioning units. India's current generating capacity is around 366 gigawatt and is aiming to add 175 gigawatt by 2022. This target has offered a scope for new players to take part in making target achievable. So there is a huge scope and a demand in renewable energy sectors. So in this part of my presentation, I would like to talk about renewable energy startups in India. Okay, next slide, please. Okay. The technology is aimed to reduce the human effort. Okay, it's okay to provide hand to them, but there's some consequences like increase in pollution level and global warming, that hammering the environment. As the people are getting aware of energy consumption and its sources, they are getting more inclined towards renewable energy sources. This is the one of the main reasons for people to invest and start business of establishing and providing a renewable energy to all peoples. These startups are known as green startups or clean startups. One of the most clean and renewable energy in India is solar energy. With the help of government people, have seen the opportunity in solar energy sector. The companies like Renew Power, then Jigni Energy, then Clean Max Solar are some of the startups who have managed to raise good amount of money in few years. First to say, I think so. This slide shows Ready Power was found in 2015, okay, by Sumant Sinha. Is a son of former finance minister. The startup provide renewable solution to increase the adoption of clean energy. The company have said to have normally 200 distribution of solar installation sites in 16 states and 2 union territories. In 2019, the company managed to raise 2,050 crore rupees through from Goldman Sachs and Canada Pension Plan Investment Board. Next slide. Okay, this is a Clean Max Solar. It's a Mumbai-based startup found in 2011. It is also providing solution to its client like solar, rooftop solar, to reduce energy cost of the domestic users. The startup has managed to raise 275 crore rupees from United Kingdom Climate Investment in 2019. Saini Energy is a Hyderabad-based solar energy startup found in 2015. It provides novel solar TC solution and TC power at affordable price to have a clear and green energy. The next slide, I think. Shiny solar. They have powered 20,000 homes across 10 states in India. The company has managed to raise money through equity and debt funding by firm named, I think, India Partners, the IndusInd Bank. Next slide. Other than this, Assure Power, Fourth Energy, Mysen, Solar 91, and O Energies, then Sunroof, and then Minion Lab startups who provide rooftop solar solution to their clients like solar rooftop kits, solar water pumps, solar mobile charger, then solar lighting, and microgrids. The other rising startups are in Bangalore based ORB Energy, which provide off-grid and grid-connected solar solution established in 2006. They help, I think, started in 2006, established in 2014. They help small and medium enterprises, including low-income individuals, to reduce their electricity by reduce their electricity bill by providing affordable solar solution. They also provide collateral-free solar loans. Next. Next slide. Okay. Then Claro Energy, founded in 2011, they provided solar water pumping solution to deal with agricultural needs of farmers like irrigation and drinking and other so normally in order to increase the productivity. Next one, the Urjan. Okay. Next slide. The Urjan is the next in the list founded by IIT alumni in 2014. They provide solar solution and also help their low-income customers to cater easy loans through their partnership with different banks. The next slide. Nozzle Energy, established in 2011, providing ground-mounted solar panels. They have helped 22 states in India. The company take contracts from infrastructure companies, taking projects more than 3 months. Next slide. So 8 minutes was found in 2015 by providing affordable solar energy solution easily accessible for the people. The company has already managed to have 26 megawatt of solar asset in a deploying, producing next slide. The sun mobility was found by Chetan Maini, the inventor of Reva, now known as Mahindra Reva, is working vehicles by replacing them with the electric consuming vehicles. They are producing batteries in which more energy is stored. They are planning to store energy in batteries through solar panels and distribute it through regular patterns like petrol pumps. Then intend to integrate all forms of vehicles like auto rickshaws, then buses and scooters and cars. Next slide. Meraco Power is known as My Village, a microgrid startup primarily established in Uttar Pradesh. They have managed to serve 150,000 individuals and 1,600 villages across the state. The company provides reliable lighting and mobile charging solutions. They have also selected as a technology pioneer by World Economic Forum. Next one. Similar to its Gram Power, no? Founded in 2010, the company provides smart grid technology to cater with electrification challenges. In March 2012, the startup, India's first solar-powered smart microgrid in Rajasthan, Lakshmi Project, providing energy for lights, buttermilk machines, televisions, and fans. They have provided small grid to 30 rural villages. Next. Then Amant Kade. So he is an innovator from Trivandrum, Kerala, committed to produce 100% renewable energy. The company is making wind turbines, okay, which are affordable and sustainable and are high performance for residential, commercial, and agriculture and rural electrification uses. Next one. Husk Power System normally is situated in Bihar. The company uses biomass gasifier to generate electricity. So, right side of the diagram, you can see it's a biomass gasifier. The aim is to provide electricity to rural population through the use of their proper higher technology. They have served 400 households in a rural area, saving 18,000 liters of diesel and at 42,000 of petrol every year. Next one. Green building services and systems. Okay. So it's called the GIPSS. It's a Hyderabad-based startup founded in 2010, offering geothermal cooling system. Then LED can reduce the power consumption. No? So LED indoor lighting, then hot water cooler for using solar. The company has office in Singapore as well. Next one, Tesal Thermal Energy Solutions. A Mumbai-based company aimed to transform the way of thermal energy being produced and consumed in today's time. Okay. The startup has developed the technology that impact thermal application in agriculture and industrial sector. Tesal is currently focusing on cold chain sector. In slide you can see transportation as well as stationary storages using cold solutions. Then Indigo Solar is a Delhi-based company founded in 2014, It provides advisory and information regarding solar products, its technology, then market supplies, then price comparison, then benefits, then delivery and installation. The aim of the company is to make consumer adaptable to green energy or clean energy. Okay, okay, let me summarize main issues. In recent years, there has been remarkable increase in renewable energy, research and technology and development, funding from various funding agencies, and is expected to double its investment in coming years to meet the future increasing demands, because in 2040 we reach double our demands. No? The framework for ministries like the MNRE is constantly coordinating for people with the private funding. The energy security and environment protection is national policy for economic growth and development. The critical solution to its promotion of renewable energy startups. The upcoming startups for manufacturing of small hydropower and electricity generation, and also the promotion of counseling to use the renewable energy in industrial and urban sectors as a national coordination capacity. The startups are not only at knowledge process, but also mediator and service provider to both public and private use, with the funding solution through bank linkers. Okay. In other words, the renewable energy sources has enormous benefits and contribute significantly in energy mix consumption at a lower cost for entire nation. Okay. Thank you for your listening. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for sharing your experience with us and this very encouraging presentation for our participants. We certainly have had some very intriguing thoughts after all those stimulating startups in the renewable energy arena that you shared.